What's good, everybody, and welcome to the ABA Gazette. This is the first episode of playoff action, and I'm really excited to get into it. We got an amazing guest. We got Luis Booth out here. How are you feeling, my boy?
Hey, I'm feeling pretty good, man. My draft is looking real hot. Might have to make a couple changes to it, but I think I'm gonna start this season with a bang.
Yeah, good to hear.
I'll pull up the teams. We could start looking at it.
Yeah. So kind of the agenda for this episode is it's going to be brief, but we're going to discuss the draft, who we thought had a good draft, who we thought had kind of a lackluster draft, maybe some surprises, some Pokemon that went later than expected, and maybe some ones that were picked preemptively. And then after that, we're going to go over our predictions for the week, and then we'll close it up. So I think the first thing we have to mention is Kalen just had an immaculate draft. Like all his picks were great, in my opinion, like for where they are in the draft. Haxorus 10th is pretty nutty. I think his 1 through 6 can just be a team already, and it's really good. Anyone have thoughts on Kalen's team?
I was going to say that he was pretty confident in his Corviknight pick before the draft even started. And I think that he molded his team really well around that kind of first and second slot. You can just see, like, following Torkoal, he just has a bunch of, like, versatile Pokemon in the form of Darmanitan. He has Celebi as well. And getting Umbreon 9th pick was just insane because that thing is a tank. That thing does not die. It's going to be hard to break Kalen's core, that's for sure.
I think the one thing that's interesting about like getting that first pick, either having like the first pick or the 8th pick, where it's like the pivot picks where you get 2 in a row, those really enable you to pick weather. And when I had that first pick, it let me pick like just the Torkoal Venusaur combo, and you can confidently pick it because you know you're going to get them both together. And so Kalen is able to do that. And I think like I remember going into the draft, we had rated Darmanitan as just like a overperformer. So I was really surprised it went in the 5th round.
Yeah, that's right.
I know. I agree.
That's going to be a strong pick for Kalen. Like
he loves that Pokemon. No, he just loves it.
Yeah, the one thing that's interesting though is like you are using Sun and it's boosting Corviknight's weakness, which is kind of sketchy. But I think Kalen has the revolving tank that he can switch out and preserve the Corviknight's health. Like I don't know, just having Hippo, Umbreon, and Reunicliffe.
Miller's spelling was so funny.
Reunicliffe.
The Serena was funny too.
He's a good team. He has lots of rockers too.
Yeah. Do you think his Powdon 3rd pick was just like a spite against me, or do you think he actually wanted it?
He was telling me after the pick, we hopped on a call really quick. He was just saying that Hippowdon is just like compared to like what happened last season, Hippowdon just shined, and he thinks that he's going to do the same this season as well.
I honestly kind of have mixed feelings about Kalen's team. I think it's like, okay, if you look at in terms of OU usage, it's the best team, right? If you're just strictly looking at what's in the OU tier and what's good in OU, his team will do fine on the ladder. But I feel like in some ways it lacks a lot of versatility, right? Like Ninetales Alola, it does one thing. Umbreon, it's passive, does one thing. Haxorus, it's only physical. Darm, only physical. Torkoal, I mean, I don't know. That's pretty one-dimensional too. Hydreigon, it doesn't matter. Like that has no switch-ins anyways. Corv, you could do some stuff with, but it's a really good team. But and it's really good at what it does. But you know what it's going to do for the most part, and I think that's a weakness.
Yeah. That's really interesting. I feel like it is kind of one-dimensional, but like, can you do anything about it? Like, the strategy he's going to bring, but like, if it's so powerful, that's
it's going to be kind of unstoppable. And I mean, looking at his team, it kind of does look unstoppable. How many Pokemon switch into Hydreigon / Darmanitan? And we saw how much work that Celebi put in too. It was actually doing some damage last season.
Yeah. It's also interesting that he because he had that number 1 spot and picked Torkoal so early, he forced Logan to expend his 6th pick on Venusaur, which is, I think,
he didn't force. I feel like that was kind of weird of Logan to do.
Yeah,
I think Logan really drafted just to play Kalen, which is not necessarily the move.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but if he does make that big upset, that's going to be huge. People are going to be talking about that for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Okay, so I think that's pretty good for Kalen's team. Why don't we move on to Sven? Sven, do you want to speak to your team? Maybe how it compares to last regular
Yeah,
season?
so I think that my draft this season was a little bit lackluster, but I know that a lot of other players feel the same way. And I was saying that last season my draft wasn't that strong, and I ended up going undefeated that season. So, I really don't know, but I was confident in a lot of Pokemon last season that I just don't have this season. I had to change my team. I think all the way down. I don't have one Pokemon that I had last season, bar Mandibuzz, which is pretty interesting. I'm just kind of taking it as a new fresh league, and I want to surprise people with the Pokemon I bring because I do think that they have some sort of potential. Just looking at my first and second pick, we'll take first, second, and third. Mandibuzz is pretty straightforward. He's a tank, really good defogger, good pivot. But a lot of people were questioning the Keldeo second round, and I actually kind of questioned that myself. A lot of the Pokemon that I thought were going to be available round 2 were just gone in an instant. And I think that's kind of what happens if you're second pick. You kind of suffer on the that kind of end because you don't get access to as many top tier Pokemon early on in the draft. So I did panic a little bit. So I ended up just picking Keldeo, and I followed it up with Jirachi just because I needed I think Jirachi can do a lot of things. Physical, defense, offense, tank, whatever, pivot, healing. It gets Wish and Stealth Rock. So I think that it's pretty good in that aspect. But I do think that my team in general just lacks a lot of offensive pressure. Yeah, that's what I had to say. Jake, what do you think about my team? You're coming up against me. Are you confident?
Yeah, I mean, I think I brought up the Keldeo, or maybe I was talking to Kalen about it, and we were talking about the Keldeo pick, and I think we agree that it's a little underpowered for a second pick.
Yeah.
I really like your Jirachi, but then honestly, 4 through 10, I'm not that shook. I feel like you could get Incineroar one round later, and Gastron's solid, but I also feel like you could get him he's not a premium at 5th.
Yeah, a lot of Pokemon that I thought. Oh, sorry. You can continue.
Well, yeah, and then I like your Arachnid pick. I think Webbs is pretty good against me because I have to switch in the Excadrill, and then you can hit me with a Liquidation if I want to get rid of them. But I think your 7 through 10 are also they fit your style of kind of you're pulling up with the dweebs and kind of making it work. But I don't know. I think it's good because it's unpredictable, but in terms of a power level, I'm not that sure.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that a lot of the Pokemon that I was comfortable with last season ended up getting snatched really early on, and I guess that's kind of to be expected. Top player, people are gonna take some inspiration. I want to call out Matt because he has a lot of similarities in my postseason. He actually has half of the team that I had when I went undefeated. So kudos to you. You made me pick a little differently and out of my comfort zone, but I think that I can work with the Pokemon I got just like I did last season.
Cool. Let's go on to Jordan.
Yep.
Honestly, I was a little bit surprised with Dragapult first. Maybe I'm undervaluing that Mon because it was used by kind of lower end players last draft or last season, but I was a little bit confused about Dragapult second or first.
The thing is, Dragapult is really good in a league where there's no Clefable.
Yeah. It's versatile too.
Yeah, you could run a D-Dance set, you could run a Spec set, or you could even just go Spell Tag. It's just nice to have that unpredictability. Luis doesn't necessarily know what to plan for.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And even if he does show something game 1, he could show something completely different game 2.
Yeah. Infiltrator's relevant too. I think it's a really strong ability in ABA.
Definitely. I mean, Jordan actually has a lot of OU Pokemon. If you look at his top 6, those are Mons you consistently see on the ladder.
I think Conkeldurr second round right there is a steal. I can't believe it went that long. We had a little bit of discussion. And I think that Conkeldurr is just really good in the draft just because his versatility. And I was so close to drafting the Conkeldurr until he just snatched it up right in front of my face.
Yeah. I thought Conkeldurr was going to be a first round pick. I was surprised it fell to that 14th overall in the draft is pretty low for Conkeldurr.
Mm-hmm.
I had the chance to take it over Cloyster, and I guess it's dependent on your first round pick, but what do you value higher?
I think I value Conk more than Cloister for sure.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was between those two for me, but
What made you pick Cloister?
because it's a spinner, for one. Even though I had drill, but like also just seeing the damage it did last season. If you get shell smash, then like there's a good chance you can just sweep.
Broken, dude. So broken.
Yeah.
King's Rock set is really good.
King's Rock, Focus Sash.
Yeah.
White Herb is like kind of decent, but yeah. I'm a little. I don't know if I love the Grim Snarl 4th from Jordan. Maybe he has something in mind with like.
Yeah, Grim Snarl's kind of a weird. It's a hard mon to have on your team because I feel like it's really only good in hyper offense. Like it can't.
Yeah, I agree, but I mean he has hyper offensive capabilities. He has a Dragapult, a Cinderace, some wall breakers, Ice Cube.
What does that thing do? It's like gimmick, right?
It's
Or is
like
it
belly
actually...
drums. It's like Mimikyu. It's like Mimikyu, but it has belly drum.
Okay.
But like its disguise doesn't work for special attacks. It only works for physical.
Cool.
Once its disguise breaks, though, it gets 394 speed.
Yeah, which is crazy with the belly drum.
That's crazy. I don't have any other notes for Jordan. I think it's relevant. He got Cinderace 6. That's like a lot of value there at that slot.
He drafted well, but his team is weaker than it was last time.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, he's still got threats, and Jordan's a great player.
I think that's a trend that most of the teams followed. Is that because people can better assess the value of Pokemon in the playoffs? I think the drafts are typically weaker because there are less sleeper ones.
I think drafts are also weaker because everyone was informed. There wasn't any uninformed players that were making picks.
That's huge, actually.
So
no T-Tar first round, right? Or like
just shit like that, or Duraludon 4th round.
Wait, what? No, that's
Lawrence.
That happened. Yeah.
Never forget Skarmory first round, dude. All right, let's go on to my team. Honestly, I'm pretty confident with it. I haven't tested anything out, but I have really good offensive options. I have really good walls. I have teleport Gardevoir. I have Volt Switch on Rotom Mow. I've got versatility in Gengar. Hopefully, I can take some inspiration from Luis. I know he used a lot of sets on that during the season.
Yeah, man, Gengar is really good.
Yeah. I think getting Corsola last is pretty sick as well. It did a lot of damage this league. I think it's undervalued as an asset to a team. And I'm also excited to try out Bronzong. So if I can bring the right 6 against Sven, I think I've got a good shot in taking him out.
Jake, I think you drafted really great. If I could have any other team, I would want your team.
Wow. Over Kalen?
I mean, obviously.
Okay.
Kalen's team.
Yeah, true. It's a little unfortunate I didn't get a Sand Setter, but Sandaconda's still on the waiver wire, so I might make some moves.
Yeah, I think Ditto 8th round is a great pickup.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go on to Logan. I think someone already brought this up, but it's clear that Logan was pretty much just counter-picking Kalen at every turn. I think Zeraora is first-round pick worthy, but it's nice that he got that to check the Corviknight a little bit. And he actually – go ahead.
Oh, sorry. How do you guys feel about Kiram's second pick?
I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good, honestly.
I don't love it. I mean, Hydreigon knocks it out with one shot.
The thing is, Hydreigon's faster than it.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to scarf it, I feel like. Or I don't know.
It doesn't have the right doesn't have good enough coverage for draft. I feel I mean Ice Beam barely has switch-ins, but I don't know.
The thing that
everyone has an Ice Beam switch-in.
Yeah, the thing I don't like about Kiram is even if it picks off something and kills something, Kalen just gets to bring in Hydreigon, and then unless he wants to sack the Kiram, he has to switch out. And you're just taking a Draco from Hydreigon.
Oh, he doesn't have many Draco systems. Yeah. There's no Draco
switches. Draco's going to hurt Logan a lot. Yeah.
I think Logan's
go ahead.
Not going to go for I don't think he's going to go for a balanced build though. I don't think he needs switch-ins to anything. He's just going to go for offensive pressure.
Yeah. I agree.
I was I don't understand why he picked like Ninetales and Chandelure. I thought those were odd picks because if he runs Ninetales, he's kind of just helping Kalen always have setup for Darm. And I don't know why you would want to help the Darm.
I mean, with the Venusaur, can Venusaur OHKO with the growth, like with anything?
If Venusaur gets a growth up, it 6-0's Kalen's team, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good win con. Kalen has to be constantly vigilant of that.
I mean, actually, it can't Umbreon. It can't one-shot the Umbreon, but in return, Umbreon can't kill it.
Yeah.
So it'll two kill the Umbreon.
Well, Umbreon, I think, is a good tank against the Venusaur because Foul Play will still do a shit ton.
That's true. If he growths, then he's going to.
True.
Yeah, I never really considered, Chlorophyll Venusaur against Kalen's team. But I think that's also important mentioning that he has 3 potential weather setters and switch-ins. Well, not necessarily switch-ins, but weather setters. And if the Venusaur happens to go for a growth, he can hard out into Hippo, predicting that. It does look kind of grim because he doesn't have too many switch-ins to Modest Venusaur. But, hey, he's a first seed overall for a reason.
Yeah.
Also, I was the person who laughed when he picked Xatu. I know some of you like it, but I don't know. I'm just not impressed with that Mon.
I think it's good on his team. If
Like the 10th round pick, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really, I don't want to like give away any strats. So I don't know. I feel like if I like just called out what Xatu does, it might be kind of out of pocket. But like, I feel like it's all right on his team if he's going for like the build he's going for.
Yeah. Maybe I don't really know what it does. All I know is it has Magic Bounce and gets OHKO'd by everything.
That's true.
It's pretty fast. Don't sleep.
Yeah. But anyways, that's all I have for Logan. Let's get on to Matt. Matt, interesting with Como first. Take me through your first 3 picks.
I was
Dude, when I picked Como first, Jeremy and Luis were hella pissed because I think, did you want it too, Luis?
Dude, I was so ready for you, Como. That was what I was like dreaming about.
Yeah, I love Como because I don't know, it can be your rocker, it could be a defensive tank, it could be special attacker, or it could be like belly drum or D-dance. Like, I just think that versatility is important, so that's why I wanted to snag it.
Yeah.
The rest of my draft, though, I don't really like. Like, Como is really the only pick I felt happy about. I had a couple of picks where I was like, as soon as I saw Jeremy had the Pex and Ferrothorn, I was like, oh shit, I need to draft Rotom Heat. Just because Jeremy's team is so tanky. If I don't have a way to break it, I could be in real trouble. I've been playing on my team with the ladder a little bit, and it's pretty shit against the ladder. It's kind of hard that like you can't necessarily test against your opponent on the ladder.
Yeah, dude, I feel like it's not even that helpful.
No, it absolutely isn't. I don't actually stay away from the ladder when I.
It just kind of makes me lose faith in my team.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Tell me about it.
But
I mean, I love your first 5. I mean, I like Halucha too. I think your 7 through 10 is a little lackluster, but.
I think Salazzle was really good. I was actually picking up Salazzle, thinking about picking up Salazzle 7th round. Weezing, of course, you stole from me. I used Weezing pretty well last season, and I was kind of bummed not to get it this season. So good shit for that. But I think that overall, like, you definitely don't have an awful draft, and I don't think I have like a necessarily awful draft either. So
yeah,
it's just,
I would have liked to had rocks.
It's hard, dude.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
There's not many. I feel like there's not many great rockers.
Mm-hmm.
I
agree.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm willing to trade a lot of my team though. I would probably trade. I'd be down to trade anyone except my top 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep that in mind.
All right, let's go to Jeremy. I mean, I love his first 3. I think it's good to prioritize bulk.
Yeah, I think he had a very
but
Yeah.
Crawdaunt 4th, I'm just like, what? That does not seem like a 4th pick worthy Mon. I think he probably could have got it like 6th. Maybe I'm sleeping.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's like he got Tarak 6, so it's almost like Tarak's like a 4th pick, Crawdaunt's a 6th pick, so it worked out in the end.
Yeah.
When I saw when I saw Jeremy's first 4 picks, that's why I snagged the Vaporeon because I was like, holy shit, he's gonna have a nasty rain team.
Dude,
And then Logan picked the Pelipper, which was insane.
Yeah.
Like I think if Jeremy got rain, his team would be really tough.
Yeah. Add a Scuda in there. It's pretty nasty. But
His team's I feel like his team's kind of similar to his regular season team.
Gigalith, what is he? Gigalith and Crawdon were or he had
He's got-
Ferrothorn too, right? Yeah.
He's got 4 of the same picks and then just hard hitters.
Wait, can we talk about the Diggersby 10? Holy
that value?
dude, Diggersby is a powerful mon. He has Crawdon Diggersby. Like, you'd be hard pressed to find in switch-ins to those 2 Pokemon.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. And you're not that fast either, Matt. I guess Salazzle, but
I
it's
mean,
not that good.
both our teams are hella slow. Like his only fast thing is Terrakion. I guess my only fast thing is Salazzle.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I like Jeremy's team a lot though. Like, I think he drafted very well.
I agree. It's a good-looking team.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to Luis. Luis, I think your first pick might be the most controversial of the draft.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe take us through what you're thinking on that one.
All right, so I was thinking of Mew Como because that was like it's really good typing synergy and really good versatility in the first 2 picks of the draft. But Matt kind of fucked me over, so couldn't do that. But so I kind of panicked and went Aegislash, which now I just lose to Dragapult. But it's all good. It's all good. My draft is hella unconventional. Like these Pokemon like see any usage in like a normal setting, but like they're fire. Like they can all do they can all serve a lot of different roles, which is exactly why I picked them up. And you guys will see like some interesting roles when in my game versus Jordan.
Getting Sylveon at the end of the 3rd, I think, is really strong. Probably like the best fairy wall. I don't know. You could argue Weezing is better in ABA, but I would say Sylveon's probably better.
I think Sylveon's really good.
Yeah. Good luck using Necrozma, bro. I have no idea how to use that shit.
Dude,
I know
it's fire, bro. Trust me.
It's really
fire.
good.
It's fire.
I think honestly, Ryan had the best showing with Necrozma.
True
He
that.
just
Yeah.
bag against Sen. But yeah. So getting that 8th, if you're excited about that, then that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I'm hyped, dude. Necrozma is like, I feel like the ABA meta is very sleeps on Necrozma a lot. I think it's at least like a 4th to 5th round pick.
Damn.
Whoa! Really?
Hot take.
Yeah,
That's
y'all are
really
sleeping
high
on
up there.
Necrozma.
Yeah.
And what else did I? Yeah, okay. So I took an L with my 10th. I'm not even gonna lie.
The Quillfish into the dog.
The Quillfish.
I was thinking some double intimidate nonsense, and I was like, nah, bro. What the fuck are you doing?
I just don't see how you run Quillfish under any of your other 9 mons. Like, how do you can justify that?
Yeah,
What
no.
did you see?
It's got intimidate. It's got toxic spikes. It's it's all right, but
It's not it. It's not it.
It's not it.
Bro,
Yeah.
oh wait. Jordan doesn't have that. I should go ahead.
I think your team is. I think I like Luis's team though because it has lots of like I think almost every mon has some kind of immunity.
Yeah, except for the psychic types.
Yeah, but that's pretty nice for switch-ins. Like, it'll be good. It'll be nice for the Conkeldurr that you have a fighting and a normal resistance.
Yeah, definitely. Conk is.
Good talk.
We didn't hear that, Luis. But
Our
I don't know,
player
to round
has
that
cut
out, I think. Oh, go ahead, Luis. Can we hear him?
I froze.
Yeah, I cannot hear.
Oh, you're good.
All right, you're
froze.
good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say I like your I like Mantine Arcanine 5th, 6th. That caught my eye for sure.
Oh yeah, I stole that from Kalen, bro. Such a good combination.
It rhymes too when you go Mantine, Arcanine, Confirm. Like, it just doesn't-
Oh, it did it? That's
Yeah.
how,
I really like when people are saying Confirm is so funny.
yeah.
Yeah,
You got to keep that for next season.
definitely. Okay, let's get on to the predictions.
I mean that pretty much wraps up the segment, right?
I mean, we could rank the teams, but I think it's unnecessary. I'm just going predictions.
All right. Predictions. Actually, I'll just type it on the playoffs
Sure.
tab. So we got Kalen versus Logan. We got Matt versus Jeremy. What's the other match? Sven versus
Me,
Jake. And
Luis Jordan.
Luis versus Jordan. Guess what order had we been doing?
Sven, me, you, listener. Or yeah, there we
All
go.
right. Kalen versus Logan.
I got Caitlin, bro. Like,
I got Kalen too.
I think that Kalen's gonna take it too. That first seed pick, it's just crazy.
I think his calculated play style where he just plays very smart. Like when he dismantled Chris, it was basically he dismantled Chris by whenever Chris made a mistake, he really punished him for it. And I think he can definitely do that against Logan too.
Yeah, I think he's got it in the bag, but I mean Logan did counter team him, so you know, maybe we'll see something interesting happen. But I think it's like probably like at least 70-40 in Kalen's favor. So
Yeah, I just feel like once the Toad is dead, Darm takes over.
I mean, pellets are kind of hard walls, right? Doesn't?
Yeah, but Rock Slide does like 70, 80.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
That kind of damage, especially if you're banded.
Yeah, true that.
Cool. All right, Matt, Jeremy. Hype match, rematch of week one.
Rematch,
regular
right?
season.
Yeah.
grudge match number 1.
Grudge match.
Oh shit! I don't know. This is close.
Because you said you were counter picking a little bit, right?
Yeah, I counterpicked the Rotom for mainly like his top 2 picks, and then I counterpicked the Vaporeon.
You think
thinking
he was
would
counter
get a
picking
rain
you
team. Was he counterpicking me?
at all?
I
Do
feel
you
like
think?
everyone was. It was like impossible not to.
I feel like subconsciously everyone was counterpicking.
I totally forgot I was playing Jordan. I didn't counterpick.
Yeah. Otherwise, you wouldn't have drafted against Dragapult.
I would have been smarter about
I
that.
mean, I got to root for myself.
Of
It's not to
course.
say that I think I'll win, but
I mean, Togekiss is pretty good against him. If you can get behind a sub,
Yeah.
but I guess if he brings Gigalith, that's tough. Rotom Wash too is kind of tough as well. But overall, I think I like your team more than Jer's, so I'll take you. Sorry, Jer.
I kind of like Salazzle in this matchup, dude. I kind of like it. It's kind of Toxic's everything, and it puts a lot of pressure on like Toxapex and Ferrothorn. If you can get that Toxic on Toxapex, it's gonna be kind of crazy. If it comes down to it, though, sheesh. Yeah, this is gonna be difficult.
Yeah, dude, these playoff matches are
I
tough.
feel like I'm hoping me and Jeremy goes game 3. That would, and I feel like it could, because I feel like just both our teams have potential to fuck each other up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
If he doesn't bring Mimikyu, then Koa kind of just wrecks him.
I think Jeremy's gonna take it. If you ask me, I have a little bit of faith in Jeremy. He did beat you before, right?
He washed
It could be a download. Could be that he had a better team, but we'll see.
I think Jeremy's a better player than me.
Well, then why are you rooting for yourself?
Because
I'd be confident.
you gotta root for yourself.
Yeah, you do gotta root for yourself. I don't know. This is really hard. I think the matchup is it's hard to say who has the edge for me.
Yeah.
You know, you guys both have some threats to each other's teams. I mean, I don't know if Jeremy's a better player than you or not, because I mean, you guys only played once, so I don't know.
Jeremy's ladder results are pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Like, all right. I mean, I'll just keep it even and say Jeremy. It's hard for me to pick. But,
All right.
Oh boy,
Sven
Sven.
versus Jake.
All right, let me talk real quick. Today doesn't really relate to the ABA. Today I was supposed to go on a bike ride. My bike's a little janky. It's hella old. It's like 30 years old. Sven's like, it's no problem, bro. Like, I'll help you tune it up. It's going to be fine. Pull up to his house, and this man breaks my valve. And now my bike won't inflate.
What
so
are you
I'm about to get
talking
payback
about?
for my bike, bro.
All right. If you want to make lies about
This man
me,
was talking about
I'll
my
make-
frame geometry. Hella jealous. Had to break my valve.
man, how you gonna do it like that, bro? How you gonna do
All
your
right, I'll let the Pokemon battle settle all this
Okay.
unnecessary drama. But on a real note, I do think that I can pull it out. The Cloister is a little scary, but you know, when isn't Cloister scary? Cloister is always going to be scary. Other than that, like, you know, Excadrill kind of does whatever Excadrill does. You know, Rotom-Mow, Volt Swishes, you know, big deal.
Yeah.
Not really tripping that much. Like,
Yeah.
Nah, man, that Cloister 6-0s you, dog.
ooh, I wouldn't be too certain. I would not be too certain, dude.
Bro, one flinch, one flinch.
No, it's gonna take more than one flinch, baby. It's gonna take more than one flinch. Trust.
Yeah. I don't know. I got myself. I think my team's
I'm
better.
gonna take myself too. It's gonna be a good match.
And I counterpicked Sven pretty hard on every junction. So we'll see if that pays off.
I'm gonna pick Jake too.
I
think you're on like a 4-game win streak now, right?
Yeah, if you count Logan.
Yeah, I don't know. I just since the beginning of the ABA, like I texted you this, I just see you as very clutch. And I think now that you also have a better team than last draft, you'll be able to do some damage.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, it looks like Jake's got the matchup edge, honestly, but you know, I know Sven is the master of text. All right, he'll bring some weird
Yeah,
ass
that's
Pokemon,
true.
do some shit you never heard of, and it's just like, damn, I'll lose now. So it's just hard for me to really vote against that because I think Sven, you're just really good at team building, bro.
You
Yeah,
have to be. I think what's really important is that I can see all the Pokemon Jake can bring. Well, I can't see every single 6 Pokemon he's gonna bring, but I have a good idea of what he does well against my team. And I think I have a better idea of how to counter that.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, we'll see when it goes down to it.
After that eject button shit, bro, it's just hard to vote against you, bro.
Hey,
All
7-0.
I'll say is the only Mon I'm shook of is Roserade and Beware. So,
Hey, they're coming for you. They're coming. They got your name. They got your name.
all right, let's get to the final matchup. Luis versus Jordan. Grudge match number 2.
Grudge match. What about that first round pick, Luis? What do you feel about that?
I think it 6-0s me.
Dude, Dragapult does so much. If it doesn't kill everything, it does like 50% chip or like 30% chip max to T-Tar or some shit like that.
Yeah, yikes, shit. How much does Shadow Sneak do to it? Not enough.
I mean, if it could like revenge kill it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's not gonna beat me. It ain't gonna beat me.
Yeah, there we go. That's my attitude. I think you're gonna take it aside from like that really bad Dragapult matchup. I think that if you can just manage around that, you should be solid.
I agree. I honestly don't think I agree.
What were you gonna say? Huh?
I'm not gonna say anything else, man.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to say too much.
Don't reveal too much. Yeah.
I got Luis as well.
Interesting.
I think like definitely during the like when you guys played in week 7, I thought Jordan had the matchup advantage too. And Jordan also is he's good at team building and bringing. He's just good at setting his EVs and bringing good techs. But like watching your guys' games, I definitely think like over the over the 3 games, and by game 3, you were better at identifying your win cons. And I think Luis, you're really strong at playing the end game, and I think it's gonna help you pull it off.
There you go.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to vote for myself too. I have a lot of confidence in the builds I've been drafting lately, and I think they're gonna put in some work. Yeah.
Yeah. Both of these players beat me in the regular season, so I got to give my due respect to both of them. I see like 3 or 4 Mongs on Jordan's team that are just really tough for Luis to deal with. So I'm going to give Jordan the edge on this one.
All right.
Yeah, he's got some offensive power. He's got some firepower. Definitely does.
And that's it for the first week of playoffs, ABA Gazette. We got an awesome week of battles up for you, and I'm hyped for it to go down.
So yeah, just a general timeline for competitors and spectators is first round matchups, just because everyone's busy with finals. We're gonna set the deadline to like a week and a half. So player matches, does Wednesday night sound good?
Yep.
All right. So we'll do that. And since we're having a week and a half first round, we're also going to extend the trade deadline. And so the free agency deadline is going to be Wednesday night. But free agency and trades are different things. So you guys can make one free agency swap by the end of Wednesday night. And you can make as many trades as you want with other players by the end of Thursday night.
Wait, as many trades as you want?
Yes.
What?
Hey, who trying to trade? Hit my line. Who trying
Yo,
to trade?
wait, I thought it was restricted or some shit. That's crazy.
So you're not confident with your team, bro?
And there's no protection clause.
Because we didn't draft shit third picks.
So yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some trades that go down in the next 24 hours and whatnot.
Oh yeah.